Hi, my name is Jangela, and I'm here to teach you today on how to be successful with your candle making business. So, in order to be successful in your candle making business for the long haul, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the 5 W's today: your who, what, why, where, and when. Let's get started. So, the first thing you want to focus on when you're making your candles is your why. Why am I making these candles? And your why comes from your story. And this story is going to be the one that takes you throughout your journey as a candle maker. So, how you got inspired to make candles, what's your original story? And I'll share mine. 2019, I realized I was spending about $60 a week buying candles every week. And it was a variety of candles. I was buying them from my local dollar store to local candle stores and even online. My problem came in with not the amount of money I was spending on candles, but they would have a cold throw that smelled amazing. But when I would get home and light the candles, they weren't as loud as they were in the stores. And that became very annoying to me. I was fed up with wasting money on candles that didn't carry the scent home with them that they had in the store. So I researched and I found the products I needed to get started. He made the investment in purchasing the products for me. And I started making high intensity candles from the day forward. So that became my why. So anytime someone asks me, well, how did you get into candle making? Or what made you want to start a candle business? I can tell them that was my beginning story. So the next thing I needed to figure out was, who am I going to sell to? Okay, so there were two things that went into the place of who I wanted to sell to. And for yours, you can stack the more people you're trying to sell to, the more diverse your product catalog is. And if you're a beginner making candles, I would suggest only having 2 to 3 signature candles to start with. That way you don't overwhelm yourself. There's nothing wrong with practicing on multiple scents to get the scents you want, but once you start selling them like mainstream and it's just you by yourself, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. And I'm getting off topic. Let's get back on topic. The topic is not about that. The topic is about who. And again, the more your who is, or the more people you have in your who, the more products you need to have on hand to service those people. So I had two who's. Two. My first who was someone who wanted a high intensity candle. A high intensity candle is a candle, unlike a regular candle that has, because some people have allergies and things of that nature, and they can't take the strong scent of a high intensity candle. But some people want that, like me. I want it. I wanted a loud candle. I want when you walk in my show, oh my God, what's that? That smells great. That's the effect I want. So high intensity candle was number one. And I love a good food smelling candle. I don't want food I don't want a candle that smell like fried chicken. No, no, I don't want that. But I do love a good watermelon, a pumpkin caramel candle. I love fall scents. I love a food smelling candle. So those two people were my who's. These are the people I want to service. So now that I have my who's, the next thing I need to figure out is what. So I started experimenting with different smells. I started playing around with individual smells by themselves, and then I slowly started to combine them to create signature smells. Okay, so now that you discover your who and your why, let's discover your what. What are you going to sell to your people that are in your market? What are you going to sell them? You want to sell them a candle of your creation. Yeah, your candle. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in the lab and you're going to blend up your own candle wax, scents, and labels, everything. You're going to create the image of your candle. So, for instance, let's say, and the reason you want to do this is because this is, for instance, I was getting into. You don't want to sell the same candle that somebody else is selling down the street. Let's say Sally down the street from you is selling candles too. She's making candles. And y'all both going to the local Hobby Lobby to buy the same 4-pack scent of fragrance for candle making. But what's going to make yours different from Sally's? What's going to make yours different from Sally's? You're not going to sell scents straight out of the bottle. No, you're going to combine your scents together and create signature candle scents. Signature candle scents. That means they can only buy this fragrance from you. Nowhere else can they get this. Not only are you going to combine scents together, you're also going to combine your waxes together. No more buying 464, 415, 444 wax, pouring it directly in. No, it's time to get in the lab, mix those together to your concoction. You don't have to mix all three. You can use coconut wax, you can use whatever kind of wax you want to use, but you want to combine it and make it your own special blend. And honestly, that's the best way to control your hot throw, your heat throw, and your burn time. You are in control. This is your candle with your business name on it. You need to be in full control of the final product. Once you have combined your fragrances, you've made your wax, you've created your image. So you created your label, however you want to label it, and your actual candle container. So you're gonna determine whether you're gonna use a jar, you're gonna use a tin. What kind of jar? What kind of tin? Are you doing 4 ounce? Are you doing 8 ounce? This doesn't have to be complicated. Start with a little of both. Start with the 4 ounce jars and the 8 ounce jars. Start off with those. Start off with the 4 ounce and the 8 ounce tins. See which one gives you the better burn. Remember, your what is your product. Your product needs to be customized. This will take a little time. Before you get to that level, you can start off with just your local you can get a canning jar from any local store. They even sell them at the dollar stores. You can start with that and work your way up into you experimenting with your what. Okay, your next step is going to be your where. Where are you going to find customers that are in the market for your candle? Are you going to use social media? Are you going to use Etsy, a personal website? Which option is the best option for you? Companies like Michaels have a maker shop on their website, Amazon and places like that. Personally, me, if you're just getting into this, I would use social media. Even if you don't have a personal social media account, create one for your candle making business. It's free. It's free. It's free. Yes, it is free. Use social media. Like I said, and do not, under no circumstances, do not combine your personal social media page with your candle making page. Those are two separate brands. Your personal brand and your business brand should not collide together. They should not collide together. They should be oil and water. They don't mix. At no point should I see your candles on your personal page and then your next picture is like a picture of your baby or your next picture is a picture of you on vacation. We don't want to send mixed messages. We want to be clear and concise about what we're offering. Social media is free and social media is useful. It is a tool. People are on social media 24/7 every day. Every day, all day. They're on social media. Use that to your leverage. Promote your candles, promote your service, promote your product, and tell them what it is so special about your candle. And if you just go back to your what you know what's so special about your candle, it's by you, it's customized. You can tell them how many hours it burns, whether it's high intensity or regular intensity. Tell them who the candle is for without it being long winded. My signature candle is my Peachy Peach candle, and I'm going to see if I can upload that in here. I'm gonna try my best. But Peachy Peach is my signature candle. The color is customized. The scent is customized. The wax is customized. And I have my own logo. It's customized. When you see Peachy Peach, when you buy Peachy Peach, that comes from Jan. That comes from Jangela. Well, actually, it comes from Servity with Janji B. That's where it originally comes from. I am the behind the scene, but the company is the forefront. That is a candle you cannot purchase anywhere else in the world unless it comes directly from me. No one else can duplicate your recipe. No one knows what's in your candle. Your next step is your when. When are you going to launch your candle business? Have you already been practicing? Have you already done the low deal candle selling? And what I mean by this is when I first started selling candles, I was selling candles for $5. $5. And I was selling them for so low because at this time it cost me about $2.50 to make a candle. That was my pricing for making a individual candle at that time. $2.50. So I sold it for $5. So I made, a $2.50 profit. But the purpose of me selling the candles for $5 was I needed feedback. I wanted feedback, and the pricing was so comparable to a store. People wanted to buy the candle, and the scent was so loud, people wanted to buy the candle. So I was getting feedback, and I was jotting it down. In order to be a successful business, you have to be willing to adapt. So people were giving me great feedback. Someone would tell me, "Oh, it burned great." Or someone was saying, "Well, hey, actually my wick in the middle actually fell down to the side, so I knew I had to make more changes." Or they'll say, "Hey, well, this scent wasn't as loud as the other scent." Or they'll give me, or some people give me praises, all praise. "Hey, it was amazing. I told my friend about it. They're coming to buy candles from you. I told my coworker about it. They're coming to buy candles." I started getting references. And I had just started making candles. So after I did the $5 sales, I think I did it for about a month. After I did the $5 sales, I put the money back into the business. I reinvested it, and I bought better wax. I came up with better scents, better colors, and I refined it because I was selling about 20 different scents at one time because I just wanted feedback. So different people got different versions of different candles on purpose because I wanted to know what I really wanted honest feedback. So I might have did a high intensity batch for these people I might have did regular intensity, and I just combined the data that I got from everybody. So after about another 6 weeks of in the studio, of in the laboratory, combining waxes, combining scents, I had finally got down to my four. Peachy Peach. Peachy Peach. I will always bring up Peachy Peach. Peachy Peach was my favorite candle. Once I got everything marked, I got everything ready to go. I took pictures, and it was now time to sell. It was now time to sell on a massive level. So I increased my price so I could ship, because you want to include that in there. So my candles went from $5 to $20. Yeah, I was beating myself. But hey, I'm still in the learning process. So at $20, I'll ship you a candle. I will box it up, send it, and I always do a little wax melt in there, but different scents, so they can try a different scented candle going down the road. So as I continued to practice and make edits, my price would steadily increase because of the amount of time I was putting into the research, and the quality of my products was beginning to increase as well. I was no longer shopping at the local stores. I was now going directly to candle vendors, purchasing high quality candle products, and it was now time to sell my product. I had done everything. I had done all the W's. I know who I was selling to, what I was selling, and why I was selling it, where I was going to sell it, and when. It was now time to do the win. Okay, so now that we've answered the 5 W's, where do I go from here? How do I make my business last for the long haul? Well, there's a multi-step process with this. The one thing is to set goals. You want to set SMART goals, and there's a whole abbreviation what that stands for. But you want to set something that you can measure and reach within a certain time frame. That's part of the SMART goals. But also you want to set long term, medium term, is what I call it, and short term goals. And short term to me is anywhere between 6 months to a year. To me, that is short term. Your medium term would be anywhere that from 2 to, I would say, about 5 years. So that's a long stretch. And then your last one will be 5 plus years. So I would say 10 years plus would be long term goals. So you want to keep goals that allow your business to grow. So as you knock out um that 6 month goal, you want to keep increasing it. Like, you want another goal after that. But before you move on from your 6 month goal, what you want to do is celebrate. Sometimes we get so caught up in reaching goals, we don't sit down and enjoy the fruits of our labor. And I know people don't really talk about this on the business end, but if you are a person by yourself trying to reach this and you don't want to get burned out, you absolutely want to treat yourself. So if it's 6 months your goal, and this is just me throwing out numbers. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. let's say your 6 month goal from selling point, not from starting point, but from selling point. Let's say in 6 months you want to have reached $8,000 in sales, $8,000 total in sales. Once you reach that 8,000, what you want to do is you want to take a vacation. That's just me personally. What I would say, I would take a vacation, and this vacation doesn't have to be an elaborate week or anything. You can take a 1 day vacation just to unwind, or a 2 day or 3 day, whatever you can afford at that time. Whatever you can afford, reward yourself, even if it's not a vacation. If it's a local restaurant that you've never tried, or something, give yourself an experience. And I'm not meaning like go out and buy an outfit or a handbag. If that's your thing, there's nothing wrong with it, but go and give yourself a reward for your hard work. That's how you're going to get longevity in your business. It's to appreciate the fruits of your labor. Now that we've answered the 5 W's, I've gave you some extra tips on where to go beyond your 5 W's, how to set goals. If you want more information about candle making business and how to be successful, I am open for consultations. In this consultation, we can go over legalizing your paperwork, such as filing an LLC, sole proprietor, or whatever you choose to, how to open up a business bank account, how to build business credit, and how to make your brand stand out from others, branding, marketing, SEOs. If you're interested in that information, I have a link available that you can click to book your consultation.